Hey guys, it's me Mr. 250 and welcome back to Steins Gate Zero. Looks like you've taken another step back into the past again. It was a very hot day in 1998 when Suza said goodbye to Kaguri Shina. She'd gone to get food and water from a local store, and when she'd come back and opened the hatch, Kaguri was inside screaming. She looked inside and saw that Kaguri was slamming her tiny hands down on the control console.
お前、何をしてるんだ?
Kaguri shrank back when she saw Suzuha.
違うの。これは、
That sounds suspiciously like what someone would say if it isn't what it wanted them to look like it looked like. What?
答えろ。目を覚ましたら鈴葉お姉ちゃんがいなくて、真っ暗で明かりもつかないし、狭くて怖くて苦しくて、だからかがりドアを開けたくて、それであちこちいじってるうちにこんなことに。
Kaguri started to cry.
ごめんなさい、鈴葉お姉ちゃん。ごめんなさい。でも本当に怖かったんだ。だから。そうか。
Suzuha relaxed her guard. Kaguri had PTSD from her time as a war orphan, and she hadn't fully recovered yet. Mayuri had once told her that she got very frightened in dark and cramped places. It would make sense if waking up in the dark caused a panic attack. And the time machine could only function with Suza's biometric authorization. Someone of Kaguri's size wouldn't be able to break the console either.
お前は時間移動のショックで気を失ってたんだよ。だから休ませておいたんだけど、悪かった。
Suza grabbed one of Kaguri's tiny hands to help her up, then led her outside the machine.
暑い。かがり、約束するんだ。どんなことがあっても操縦席のスイッチに触ったりするな。いいな。じゃあ私は仕事にかかるから、お前はその辺で休んでるんだ。飲み物と食べ物は適当に食べていい。
Suzuha handed Kaguri the provisions she'd brought, then went inside and poked her head into the cargo space under the control console. She connected the IBM 5100 she'd stored there to a portable terminal she brought from the future. By all appearances, it was an early 2000 cell phone, but inside it was a miniaturized quantum computer from the year 2036. Of course, future Daru had made it himself. When she booted up the IBM 5100, rows of numbers started to appear on the screen.
何をするの?
Kaguri was looking in from outside the machine.
2000年問題は勉強したか?
Oh yeah, this thing again. The year 2000 problem. Problem where old computers would supposedly have errors after the year 2000. Almost all old computers stored only the last 2 digits of the year in order to save memory. For this reason, when 1999 became 2000, the computer's data would change from 99 to 00. Since the programs were never equipped to handle this, it was thought that the computers would treat the year as 1900 and malfunction. While an error with a home user's computer would not be a severe issue, a malfunction in a medical, financial, or military computer could cause disaster. For this reason, all of these programs across the world were rewritten by hand starting in the mid-1990s. The process was successful, and January 1st, 2000 came and went without serious incident.
施設の学校でちょっとだけ結局何にも起こらなかったんでしょ。
表向きはね。公表されてないけど、実は当時あれのせいでいくつかの地域や国に深刻な問題が起きたんだ。
そうなの？
I mean, I imagine while it might have not been a big issue, there were probably still small problems, every once in a while.
問題だったのはこの IBN5100 というコンピューターなんだよ。これには古いプログラム言語が搭載されてるんだけど、そのプログラムの問題点を技術者たちが修正できなかった。というより、そんな言語で書かれた重大なプログラムが存在すること自体全く知られてなかった。第三次世界大戦はタイムマシンの開発競争が発端なんだけど、もしかすると2000年問題で発生したある事象とそれに付随する対立こそがもっと深い原因である可能性がある。
She didn't expect a 10-year-old like Kaguri to understand this, but she didn't feel like taking the time to explain.
しかも西暦2000年というのは特殊な年でね、すべての世界線が一旦一つに収束してしまうらしいんだ。それに関連してこの問題があらゆる世界線の因果に重大な影響を引き起こすかもしれない。私たちが目指してる狭間の世界線、シュタインズゲートも例外じゃない。
She looked down at the terminal connected to the IBN 5100.
だからこれは2000年問題を起こさないようにするための修正プログラムなんだよ。
Right now, the terminal was converting the patch into the language used by the IBN 5100. The next stop was to spread this program all around the world in the form of a virus. In the year 2000, problems that this era's engineers missed would completely disappear. The word Connect appeared on the terminal subscreen.
OK。つながった。
She'd been told that in Japan in this era, ADSL was still in the test phase, and most normal users connected to the internet by low-speed dial-up using ISDN. But in major cities like Akihabara, universities, labs, and some big computer companies were starting to use fiber optic broadband. Some of them were even using wireless LANs. Alright, computer lesson, kids. Wireless LAN, a method of connecting to the internet and sending and receiving data without the use of a cable. Pretty much Wi-Fi. And fiber optic broadband, a high-speed, high-capacity internet connection that uses optical fiber. Also called FTTH, fiber to the home. Instead of relying on existing telephone lines, it requires the construction of a new communications network. For this reason, adoption has taken longer than ADSL. As of 2010, 35% of Japan uses FTTH. Suza cracked her way into one of those. Dad had laughed when he said that with 2036 technology, cracking late 20th century network security was a joke, but he'd been right.
でも未来を変えちゃったらかがりたちがいた未来の世界も全然変わっちゃうんじゃないの？
Surprisingly, Kaguri had gotten the gist of what Suza had just told her.
そういうことだ。もうあの世界は存在させない。私たちはシュタインズゲートを目指すためにここへ来たんだから。
Suddenly, the uneasy look on Kaguri's face vanished. It was as if her soul had left its body. Suddenly, her face was expressionless, and her eyes were wide.
声、神様の声。
かがり？
ダメだよ。よくないよ。ダメなんだよ、鈴葉お姉ちゃん。そんなことしちゃいけ。
おい。
Kagari was acting strangely. Suspiciously, Suza reached her hand out towards her. But she slipped past Suza's hand, and quicker than any child should be able to move, she slammed her shoulder straight into Suza's body. Suza was caught completely off guard. That's how fast it was. Kagari's shoulder hit her in the solar plexus. She bent over and collapsed onto the sea. Kagari tore the terminal out of Suza's hands. Cables connecting it to the IBN 5100 were ripped out, and errors displayed on both screens.
お前、何を?
Kagari didn't answer the question. Instead, she grabbed the backpack that Suza had placed on the seat and spilled its contents onto the floor. There were MREs, spare parts, clothes, and a semi-automatic pistol. Suza couldn't believe it. Kagari was going to try and pick it up.
やめろ!
She forced herself to ignore the pain as she jumped on Kagari's body. But another unbelievably powerful body slam knocked her back. Something cold was pushed right up against her brow.
動いちゃダメ。
Kagari's tiny hands weren't shaking at all as they clutched the semi-automatic pistol. In the space of an instant, the safety of the gun had been flipped off. That's when Suza realized that this wasn't just a temper tantrum. Suza was the one who taught her how to use a gun. That's why she knew that Kagari was perfectly calm.
正気か? 今すぐ銃を下ろせ。こんな真似はやめろ。
やめるのはお姉ちゃんの方だよ。
何?
世界を変えちゃいけないんだ。お姉ちゃんはおかしいこと言ってる。
There was no hesitation in her eyes. Instead, Suza saw only resolve.
じゃあ、このまま戦争が起きてもいいっていうのか?
そんなのわかんないよ。かがりは元の世界に戻りたいだけだもん。
なら、もう無理だ。私たちはタイムマシンですでに過去に干渉してる。世界線だってずれてしまってるはずだ。
うるさいうるさいうるさい。かがりはママを絶対に助けるんだ。この世界を消すなんてダメだよ。絶対にやらせないから。
Kagari turned the gun towards the IBN 5100.
やめろ!
Are you gonna stop her, Suza? Before Suza could stop her, she yanked down on the trigger. Again. And again.
やめてくれ、かがり! やめろ!
And then, Kagari jumped out of the time machine. And Suza never saw her again. Well, there's some backstory for you. On every night that passed, she remembered Kagari. Suza had spent some time looking for Kagari when she'd first come to this era, but in the end, she never found anything. But Shina Kagari, who is now 22 years old, was here in Akihabara. Suza was sure of it. But it did no good to keep thinking about it. So Suza decided to stop thinking and look around the room. Itaru, her dad, was playing yet another game populated entirely with female characters. His jaw was slack, and he was scratching the belly fat that stuck out from under his shirt as he played. There wasn't much to respect in him right now, either as a father or as a person.
そういえば、母さんとはうまくやれてる？
な？
大丈夫？私が生まれてこなくなるような事態にならないよね。
なんつうの？タイムマシンよりもなんだい？
ちょっと。
Suza stormed over to Itaru.
困るよ、父さん。
うん。パパ、頑張るからね。
いっつも口ばっかり。結局、例の映画のチケットも無駄にしちゃったんでしょ？
She meant the pair of movie tickets that Mayuri and Ferris had conspired to give them at the Christmas party.
あれはさ、オカリンと吹雪氏が倒れちゃったじゃん。その後、お見舞いとかでバタバタしてるうちに映画が終わっちゃってたわけで、しょうがないっつうか。
でもその後、新しいチケットを用意しようとしたら断ったって聞いたけど。
誰に？
まゆ姉さんとルミ姉さんに決まってるじゃないか。
そりゃあれだ。マユシとフェイリスタに頼りきりなんて男らしくないっしょ。キリ。
で、自分で何か行動に移したわけ？ダメだこれ。
Maybe this was a more important problem than the time machine. Suza brought her hands up to her head.
いい父さん。私、いつまでもこうやってお説教できないんだからね。もうすぐ行っちゃう。
Suddenly, there was a sad look in Itaru's eyes.
そういう顔しない。約束したはずだよ。もう迷うのはやめにしようって。
For the past 6 months, Suza had been thinking about whether it was really right to erase this world. But in the end, it was none other than Itaru who'd pushed her to go ahead.
ごめん。
She couldn't bear to see her father so depressed, so she patted his broad back.
しょぼくれてないで、母さんにメールして。予定の空いてる日がないか聞いて。で、空いてたら映画に誘う。
いきなりハードル高すぎ。
高すぎでも何でもいいから誘いなさい。いい？これは命令だからね。
命令って？
返事は？
さあ、イエスさあ。
Satisfied, she headed off to take a shower.
でもその前にちょっとだけコンビニに行ってくる。睨まないで。なるべく太らないようなものを食べますんで、何卒お許しを。
バニラ。
はい。
私、シャワー出たらアイス食べたい。バニラ。
わかった。庶民がなかなか口にできない高級なやつをいっぱい買ってきてあげる。
いっぱいはいらないよ。一つでいい。
さあ、イエス。
That was enough to tear Daru up. He took his wallet and ran out of the lab.
やれやれ。世話がかかるんだから。
She'd just about taken off her jacket so she could take that shower. But...
Suzuha!
Itaru would come back into the lab.
どうかした？
階段のところにさ、こんなの落ちてたんだよね。
Itaru showed her a keychain that he was holding. It was a round anime character whose color had faded to a smoky green. It was... Inupa.
誰のかわかる？
Wasn't that the... Oh, I totally skipped my mind whenever she got it earlier. Whenever Ocarine got it with Mayuri, but I think that's the Upa that Mayuri gave to Kaguri right before she left in the time machine? I'm pretty sure. I just finally connected it.
マユ姉さんじゃないの?
She leaned forward to take a closer look, and then felt like she was experiencing deja vu.
このウーパー、どこかで
She'd seen it before? She couldn't really remember when. But her internal alarms were going off. This keychain was extremely important. Upas were common enough that you could find them anywhere. The plastic edges had worn down. The paint was faded and coming off in places. But there was no dust, and there were no stains. Instead, it shone brightly, as if its owner had put a lot of effort into taking good care of it. The chain was so old that part of it had snapped off. That was probably how it got dropped.
どこだっただろう。どこかで見た。
マユシに見せてもらったとか？
そうなのかな。
She stared at the green Upa in Itaru's hands. And then in her mind, she heard a young girl scream. Yep, yeah, that's where it's from.
ママがずっと大切にしてきたウーパのキーホルダーだよ。かがりちゃんにあげる。大事。
She gasped. A feeling of indescribable terror raced down her spine.
まさか、かがりのか。
That was when she'd last seen it. August 13, 2036. The day she'd gone into the time machine. That's when she'd seen this Upa. He was older and more worn now, but the more she remembered that day, the more certain she became. This was the Upa that Mayuri had given to Kaguri. She'd seen Kaguri holding it and crying to herself many times before.
Kaguri ってもしかして未来のマユシの娘？
うん。
見つかったん？
いや、でも向こうはこっちを認識しているんだ。
つまりどういうことだってばよ。
あいつこのラボを監視してるんだよ。
I wonder if, the person that's been running around, like that first saw her up at the top of the radio building, and then she tried to chase after them and, like, tripped on something. I wonder if that's Kaguri. That very well could be. And that would, of course, increase the drama later when we found out. Satisfied, she headed off to take a shower. Ever since then, her careful efforts to defend the time machine had paid off, and she hadn't seen any sign of Kaguri. But she never thought she'd be watching the lab.
いや、ちょっと考えれば当たり前のことだったんだ。あいつは私たちがシュタインズゲートに到達するのを阻止しようとしてる。この世界をなかったことにしたくないと思ってる。ということは、私だけじゃなく父さんもマークされてる。
え？僕？
まあ、父さんの命に危険はないとは思うんだ。世界線の摂理を信じるなら、父さんは少なくとも2036年までは生きるはずだし、ただシュタインズゲート到達を阻止するために父さんの研究の邪魔はしてくるかもしれない。
A lot of bad things had been happening around Suzuha, Itaru, and Okabe Rintaro. There was some possibility that the final target was Itaru.
これからは用心のために、私がいない時には必ずドアに鍵をかけておいて。
わかったお。
オカリンおじさんや母さんやマユ姉さんたちが一緒にいても絶対に開けっぱなしはダメだよ。気休めかもしれないけど、ドアチェーンもかけた方がいい。
でもさ、オカリンやマユシならともかく、アマネシと二人きりの時にそんなことしたらなんか別の意味で怪しくね？アマネシに変な誤解されないかな？
あ、それは確かに。
もしそれで嫌われでもしたら我が家のピンチだお。
Suza groaned softly, unsure of what to do.
父さんがもっと早く母さんと恋人になってれば何の問題もないのに。
で、結局そこへ話が戻るとか？
とにかく注意だけはしておいてよね。
Suza decided to keep the green Upa keychain. She softly ran her fingertips over it as she stared at it.
なあ鈴葉、かがりたんって血はつながってないけどマユシの娘なんだよね。
そうだよ。
あのマユシに育ててもらった子が人を襲うような恐ろしい人間になるのかな？なんか鈴葉の話とイメージが重ならないっつうか、もっと優しくてホワホワしてて可愛い女の子になってるんじゃないかなとか思ったり。
だとよかったんだけど。私も前はそうなると信じてたけど、今のかがりは多分。
From what she'd seen at the radio building, she could tell. Kagari had definitely received professional combat training. It wasn't just the simple self-defense techniques that she'd learned from Suza when she was a child. As she'd grown up, she'd been taught the cold techniques of a killer. There was no way to know where she'd been or what she'd been doing ever since she went missing in 1998. But there was no doubt in Suza's mind that she was trying to ruin her plans. I don't know if there's going to be a better spot to stop, so I think I just will stop here. But I'd hate it if it stops in like 1 minute after the shower ends. But I think Suza, I think that's what Suza was saying right there, is that she was pretty sure the person that went and ran away from them at the radio building was probably Kagari. And I'd say there's a pretty decent chance that was her anyway. Anyway, that's where we're going to stop off. I hope you guys enjoyed. It's getting deeper and deeper into the darkness, as they say. Do they say that? I'm sure they do somewhere. So I will see you guys next time for some more Steins Gate Zero. Bye!